说中文。
Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese. Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese.
Hello, this is Chinese Pod, bringing you lessons in spoken Mandarin. We're coming from Shanghai, China, and my name is Ken Carroll.
And I'm Jenny.
And we're talking about air conditioning here today. And just a couple of brief points before we start. It's a newbie lesson.
Yep.
But it's a more challenging newbie.
Yes.
And just a little cultural point, I guess. I come from Ireland where we don't actually have air conditioning. We don't use them because it
You
never
mean
gets hot.
for cold air?
Yes, we don't
have
have them because it never gets hot in that sense. I know in the States, most parts of the States, probably people use it. It's a kind of a centralized air conditioning thing.
Yeah, but it only refers to cold air conditioning, right?
I think, I'm not really know. I
That's
know
what
that,
John informed
well,
us
if you
of.
go to the northern parts of the States, I think they they use the central air conditioning to heat the houses in the winter?
Yes, what John said, they use the same system for cold and hot air.
Okay.
But when you say air conditioning, it refers to cold air.
Okay.
That's the confusing
Wow,
part.
you see
That's
now
the catch.
here's I've got the cultural thing gets me right there. Now in China, what happens is that in southern China, right, from where we are now, and in the south, they use these machines, those aircon, not the central
Yeah.
stuff, the one you stick on the wall. And in summer they use it to cool, and in winter they use it to heat. It actually blows
It's a
out hot air.
two-in-one machine.
It's a 2-in-1 machine. It's actually very effective in summer, but I don't
Yep.
really like it in winter because it just dries up the air and makes it warm.
Exactly.
But anyway, that's the cultural background to it now. In the north, they don't use, they tend to use air conditioners to cool.
Yeah, and a separate heating
Separate heating in
system.
winter because it gets pretty chilly up there. There you go. Hey. we
Our
bring you
analysis.
all the stuff you need to know about air conditioning around the world.
All here.
Or here. All right, let's listen to the dialogue.
Dialogue first time.
可以开空调吗？
当然可以，
温度怎么样？
刚刚好，谢谢。
Second time.
可以开空调吗？
当然可以，
温度怎么样？
刚刚好，谢谢。
Third time.
可以开空调吗？
当然可以，
温度怎么样？
刚刚好，谢谢。
Okay, now here is a likely dialogue that you'll hear in this context. Why don't we translate it?
可以开空调吗？
Can you turn on the air conditioning?
可以开空调吗？
Can you turn on the aircon?
可以开空调吗？当然可以，
Of course.
当然可以，
Of course I can.
当然可以。温度怎么样？
How's that temperature?
温度怎么样？
How's that temperature?
温度怎么样？刚刚好，谢谢。
Oh, that's just right. Thanks.
刚刚好，谢谢。
Oh, that's perfect. Thanks.
刚刚好，谢谢。
Okay, well, let's get into a little bit more detail. Now, as we said, we haven't said it yet.
No.
The word for air conditioning is,
空调，空调
then the tones there are first tone and
and
second tone.
second, yes.
空调
refers to the machine.
to the machine.
Yeah.
It's not a verb, it's a noun. 空调 is the machine.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Chinese Pod Trivia. Our first question is, how long will it take you to become an intermediate Chinese speaker using the Chinese Pod app? Is it A, the rest of your life? B, you should already be an intermediate speaker? C, 3 months? Or D, Chinese Pod has an app?
You should already be in.
Ooh, that is incorrect. The correct answer is C, 3 months. That's right. Head over to ChinesePod.com now to register for your access to over 4,000 lessons. Get the Chinese Pod app now on Google Play or the App Store.
Now, you want to turn it on. So the question is,
可以开空调吗？
okay, now let's look at that. So 可以 meaning to be able to.
Yes.
开 meaning to open, or
yes.
it literally means
Switch
to open.
on.
Yeah, in the context of electrical appliances, it means to turn on. So you have 开门 would be open the door, but 开空调 would be to turn
on the air conditioning.
And you'll hear sometimes Chinese people make that mistake in English because they use the same 开 and they'll say turn on the open the light,
Yes.
rather. Yeah. So there you go. Now at the end of the sentence you have the particle
吗
and that indicates that it's a question.
question.
So literally translated, this would be the verb to be able to open air conditioner
Question mark.
So let's hear how that sounds.
可以开空调吗？
可以开空调吗?
Yes.
Now, interesting here because 可以吗 means is that possible? Now, you may have noticed that there's no pronoun again in this sentence.
Nope.
So it could indicate, can I turn it on?
Yeah.
But it could also be a request for you to turn it on.
Yes.
Right? So, 可以开空调吗? Can I do it? Or could you do it? So it depends on the context. Now, your interlocutor here assumes that you mean you want him or her to do it. And so the reply comes,
当然可以，当然可以。
great. Now, you may have heard here, 可以 means to be able to.
Yeah.
And that was the request. 可以吗? Is that possible? And the reply is 可以. But before that, we have the expression of course.
当然，当然。
当然. That means of course.
Yeah.
Let's sing that a couple of times.
当然，
当然,
当然。
当然. Okay. Of course. And let's put it all together. Of course you can.
当然可以。
当然可以. That's
So melodic.
It's nice to hear that when people say 当然可以.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you like. Just go ahead. 当然可以. Now, after your friend has turned on the aircon, whatever temperature that might be, he or she asks you,
温度怎么样？温度怎么样？
now, 怎么样 means how is that? How is
Yes.
that okay? 怎么样? And that phrase in and of itself can be a complete sentence. Imagine your friend turned on the aircon and after a few minutes just said 怎么样?
Yeah.
What would mean?
Referring to the temperature.
Yeah, is that okay? 怎么样? How is that? Even say you're eating or something and you're talking about the food and somebody says 怎么样? How is that? How's the food? Now, but we're being more specific in this case and we're saying,
温度怎么样？
okay, no, 温度 and the first tone and the fourth tone, 温度, right?
Yes.
Now, 温度 means
Temperature.
temperature. So how is the temperature? Let's put them together and we have
温度怎么样？温度怎么样？
温度怎么样? How's the temperature? Meaning, is that okay for you? Now, you could put a lot of stuff in front of the question 怎么样, right?
Yes.
You could say, I don't know. Tell us, what else could you say, Jenny?
他怎么样？
他
How's that person?
How's he? Okay,
How's
great.
that person like? Yeah.
Excellent. Now, the temperature is dead on. You want to indicate it's just great, it's perfect, it's right on, and you say,
刚刚好，刚刚好。
great. Now, great expression here. 刚刚好,
Yes.
meaning
Just.
just right. And the word 刚 meaning first tone.
Yes.
Literally, what does it mean?
It means to just have done something.
Okay.
Just hit the spot.
To hit the spot. Well done. So 刚刚好, you hit the spot. That's perfect. That's just what I need. 刚刚好. And let's listen to that again a couple of times if we could, please, Jenny, because it's a great little expression.
刚刚好，刚刚好。
刚刚好, meaning that's right on. That's perfect.
And really sticks to your brain.
I think it does.
Sort of,
And it's useful, like, when you want to indicate, because, again, people are so polite in China. And, if you go to their house or something, they'd be like, is that okay? Or a change? You want to show, that's just perfect. And you can say,
刚刚好.
It's 刚刚好. And she might say, do you like the food? Did I put too much salt in it? I always get this question about salt because foreigners like salt, right?
Yeah.
Did I put too much salt? And you can say, no.
刚刚好.
刚刚好. That's just the right amount of salt for you. And of course, you can just say 谢谢, meaning thanks for your concern. All right. Now let's listen to that 3 more times, please.
Dialogue first time.
可以开空调吗？
当然可以，
温度怎么样？
刚刚好，谢谢。
Second time.
可以开空调吗？
当然可以，
温度怎么样？
刚刚好，谢谢。
Third time.
可以开空调吗？
当然可以，
温度怎么样？
刚刚好，谢谢。
Okay, we hope that was useful.
Yeah.
It's dealing with air conditioners.
Adjusting the temperature.
Adjusting the temperature. In the meantime, do not forget to go to ChinesePod.com and you can explore all of this language in a lot more
Yes.
detail and see the characters and do all of that
And in
nice
such
stuff.
a fun and easy way.
I hope so. Yeah. Anyway, we have to go now. We will
Yes.
be back again tomorrow, though. For now, however, it's time for us to say 再见.
As usual, ChinesePod provides an extensive selection of learning materials for this lesson on its website, www.chinesepod.com. You can access this lesson directly with the lesson number
0402.
So just go to www.chinesepod.com/0402 and you will find a transcript, vocabulary, and much more. The link again, www.chinesepod.com/0402.